Hi, good evening. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Naomi. Let me just start from the beginning. I'll try and be fast. In 2017, the bank, I live in a small country in West Africa where they speak French. And then my bank was acquired. And when the bank was acquired, the bank that bought over my bank now started laying off foreigners and all that. But for reasons known to them, I applied to go and they said no. So I was more like frustrated. I stayed with them. But I found out that as we are going forward, I'm being relegated to the background. As a supervisor, I had a lot of branches under me. I was supervising with over 65 staff. But I found out that they were trying to relegate me. I buried myself into training. I told myself I'm going to be so trained that I can conveniently work from home, because my idea after working in the bank for so many years was not to go sit or for interview work for someone else. I just wanted to do something on my own, get a job somewhere, do it online. And as I was doing those courses I started with the free courses from Harvard. I got a lot of certificates from there. And that was how last year, August, NIGERIAN appeared on my feed. I looked at it, and that night they were having Lemoy was talking just like she's talking. I just joined and I loved what she was saying. I said, this is like my problem is solved. Remote work, this is going to solve my problem. So I paid that night, and I paid a deposit for someone else too. So that's to show you how motivated I was. And I joined the course. The most amazing part of the course is the family part. It was just like we've known ourselves for years. The business analytics, we started as a general course, everybody together, and then we split to different courses after some weeks. It was so interesting, and I decided to encourage everybody in the group to follow up the course and finish. So almost all of us in the business analysis, we started and we finished. I followed the course religiously, because to me this is life and death. At least I'm from Nigeria and I should prove myself. So I followed the course step by step. Went to LinkedIn, optimized my LinkedIn. I built my project. It was like building a website. I did everything line by line, point by point, and I started posting my profile. And when the 30 days the challenge came up, and they said we should post every day for 30 days. Man, it was not easy, but I did it. As by the end of that, those 30 days, I moved my subscribers or my followers from 500 to 900 and something. And it's not easy, but just do it, And as I was doing it, sometimes there was this post I made that did not get any click. No, it wasn't like, but the impression was 16,000. I went somewhere. I just joined a group where I wanted to start posting blogs. Apart from my website, I wanted to be posting blogs on the platform. I saw one of the owners of the platform posted my post and made comments on that, used it to teach. I was so encouraged. So, long story short, I finished my training, and we were about to start our internship. Human resource now called me and said I should come and meet with them urgently. I said, this is why you're calling me for a meeting. I know when you call people, there's like a butcher house. What happened? They said nothing. I should just come. I went, and they now started telling me that they've been watching me, because the bank is restructuring again, and we have to align with the head office in Côte d'Ivoire. So they had to create other departments. So suddenly, what my former boss said is unattainable for a Nigerian, an Anglophone in a Francophone country. They now offered me. I said, why? So no, we created this department. We want you to be the head of the department. What I'm just saying like this, it's more like 5 steps ahead. I didn't know what to say. I said, okay, I will think about it. They said, no, don't think about it. Take it. Because I said, okay, is that going to be training? You know what they asked me? Which training do you want? You're the one that will train others. We've been looking at your LinkedIn. All the things they're asking us to train, they are all on your LinkedIn. So you train others. When I was doing this, I never thought about anything. I never knew that NIGERIAN is going to be a step for me to what I've been looking for since 2017. I was promoted, salary doubled, advantages tripled, and you can imagine where I am. And when they say luck is preparation meeting opportunity, I was never thinking of this part. So I encourage everyone here to just take it seriously. LinkedIn is your best platform, free of charge. Just go there and charge yourself. Work on your portfolio. Just follow the steps. Everything you're being taught here, follow it one after the other. And the most amazing part is that every team member is ready to help. If you just reach out, they are ready to help. Even the ones you think they are disturbing you, they are there for you. So I just came in here to encourage all of you, because honestly, if I was going to apply for this, they wouldn't have still given it to me. And I was just sitting in my office, they offered it to me. And I'm still grateful to God and grateful to Nigerians for the opportunity to showcase my skills.
Wow. Thank you. I totally remember Naomi when she joined and she was like, I won't pay for somebody else. You know, the funny thing is the person that you even paid for did not finish the course. She was.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it's quite interesting to know that so like I say, you need to put in the work.
Exactly.
Right? We can't do it for you. Our job is simple, to show you the road and say, follow us. You need to follow. All right? That's you heard what she said. The 7 steps I talked about, it's literally what she did. Just last week, rather, 2 people landed a job. All right. There's someone that is meant to share a testimony with us. I don't know. Are you on the call, Naomi? Hi, Naomi. You can please turn on your video and unmute your mic. So you just talk to the house about your job learning process and how you're able to land your job and all of that.
Hi, good evening. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Naomi. Let me just start from the beginning. I'll try and be fast. In 2017, the bank, I live in a small country in West Africa where they speak French. And then my bank was acquired. And when the bank was acquired, the bank that bought over my bank now started laying off foreigners and all that. But for reasons known to them, I applied to go and they said no. So I was more like frustrated. I stayed with them. But I found out that as we are going forward, I'm being relegated to the background. As a supervisor, I had a lot of branches under me. I was supervising with over 65 staff. But I found out that they were trying to relegate me. I buried myself into training. I told myself I'm going to be so trained that I can conveniently work from home, because my idea after working in the bank for so many years was not to go sit or for interview work for someone else. I just wanted to do something on my own, get a job somewhere, do it online. And as I was doing those courses I started with the free courses from Harvard. I got a lot of certificates from there. And that was how last year, August, NIGERIAN appeared on my feed. I looked at it, and that night they were having Lemo was talking just like she's talking. I just joined and I loved what she was saying. I said, this is like my problem is solved. Remote work, this is going to solve my problem. So I paid that night and I paid the deposit for someone else too. So that's to show you how motivated I was. And I joined the course. The most amazing part of the course is the family part. It was just like we've known ourselves for years. The business analytics, we started as a general course, everybody together, and then we split to different courses after some weeks. It was so interesting. And I decided to encourage everybody in the group to follow up the course and finish. So almost all of us in the business analysis, we started and we finished. I followed the course religiously, because to me, this is life and death. At least I'm from Nigeria and I should prove myself. So I followed the course step by step. Went to LinkedIn, optimized my LinkedIn. I built my project. It was like building a website. I did everything line by line, point by point, and I started posting my profile. And when the 30 days the challenge came up and they said we should post every day for 30 days, man, it was not easy, but I did it. As by the end of that, those 30 days, I moved my subscribers or my followers from 500 to 900 and something. And it's not easy, but just do it, And as I was doing it, sometimes there was this post I made that did not get any click. No, it wasn't but the impression was 16,000. I went somewhere. I just joined a group where I wanted to start posting blogs. Apart from my website, I wanted to be posting blogs on the platform. I saw one of the owners of the platform posted my post and made comments on that, used it to teach. I was so encouraged. So, long story short, I finished my training, and we were about to start our internship. The human resource now called me and said, I should come and meet with them urgently. I said, this one you're calling me for a meeting. I know when you call people, there's like a butcher house. What happened? They said nothing. I should just come. I went, and they now started telling me that they've been watching me because the bank is restructuring again, and we have to align with the head office in Cote d'Ivoire. So they had to create other departments. So suddenly, what my former boss said is unattainable for a Nigerian and Anglophone in a Francophone country. They now offered me. I said, why? So no, we created this department. We want you to be the head of the department. What I'm just saying like this. It's more like 5 steps ahead. I didn't know what to say. I said, okay, I will think about it. They said, no, don't think about it. Take it. Because I said, okay, is that going to be training? You know what they asked me? Which training do you want? You're the one that will train others. We've been looking at your LinkedIn. All things asking us to train. They are all on your LinkedIn. So you train others. When I was doing this, I never thought about anything. I never knew that Nabiant is going to be a step for me to what I've been looking for since 2017. I was promoted, salary doubled, advantages tripled, and you can imagine where I am. And when they say luck is preparation meeting opportunity, I was never thinking of this part. So I encourage everyone here to just take it seriously. LinkedIn is your best platform, free of charge. Just go there and charge yourself. Work on your portfolio. Just follow the steps. Everything you're being taught here, follow it one after the other. And the most amazing part is that every team member is ready to help. If you just reach out, they are ready to help. Even the ones you think they are disturbing you, they are there for you. So I just came in here to encourage all of you, because honestly, if I was going to apply for this, they wouldn't have still given it to me. And I was just sitting in my office. They offered it to me. And I'm still grateful to God. I'm grateful to Nabians for the opportunity to showcase my sleeves.
Wow. Thank you. I totally remember Naomi when she joined and she was like, I won't pay for somebody else. You know, the funny thing is the person that you even paid for did not finish the course. She was.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it's quite interesting to know that so like I say, you need to put in the work.
Exactly.
Right? We can't do it for you. Our job is simple, to show you the road and say, follow us. You need to follow. All right. Yeah. That's you heard what she said. The 7 steps I talked about, it's literally what she did.
All right, fantastic. Welcome everyone. Welcome. How are we doing today? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? You can type yes in the chat or give me a thumbs up, show me a sign. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. Brilliant. You're all welcome. First off, I want to say I'll be so sorry for people who are meant to be here tonight that are not here, because they're about to miss something big. So they say that luck is defined as preparation, meeting, opportunity. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? So who cares for some luck then? Who cares to prepare and then meet opportunity? If you are that person, you're in the right place. My name is Mohammed Suleiman, and I'm the COO here at Nabiant Analytics. I manage operations, and I also work as a data analyst and a data scientist. And today, if you're on this call, you're a Nigerian, and you're looking to get into tech, then you are in the right place. So I would go ahead and share my screen. So just a little bit about Nabiant Analytics as I share my screen. Nabiant Analytics is an edtech firm, and what we do is to help Africans get into the tech space. Okay, and we've handpicked several pathways to get yourself into the tech space, specifically around data related opportunities. And tonight we'll be discussing one of those pathways through which you can get into the tech space and practical ways on how you can get there. So I want you to beep that second person beside you to join this session so that they can get first-hand experience as well. Now, as I share my screen, I want you to type crystal clear once you can see my screen, type a crystal clear once you can see my screen. Type crystal clear in the chat, or give me a thumbs up once you can see my screen. I'm sharing now, so that we can go ahead with the session. Brilliant, fantastic. Now I want to know where you're joining us from. Okay, where are you joining us from? Are you joining from Lagos? Are you somewhere in Nigeria? Where are you joining us from? Kaduna, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos. I am joining from Lagos. So let me. Okay, Lagosians, you're welcome. Who else? Where are you joining us from? Kaduna, Maiduguri, Maiduguri, fantastic. Simon. Abuja, Benin, Kenneth, Lagos. Fantastic. So let's keep it coming. And I'd love to also know if this is the first time you're joining our session. Okay, if this is your first time here, fantastic. Type first time as well. Let me know. Okay, and if it's not your first time, type regular. So I also know if it's not your first time. All right. So let's go ahead with the session. Okay, it's going to be a quick session, so if there's anybody you know that should be here that is not here, let them join. Send this link to them. All right, so I already introduced a little bit about myself, but just to mention something more noteworthy, I had the opportunity to work with one of the top car makers across Italy. Okay, Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo used to be a sister organization with Ferrari up until about 2016 when they became a standalone organization themselves. And I've mentored close on 3,000 Africans as to how to get into tech till date. So you can also connect with me via my LinkedIn page. I'll share that with you across the session. I've already talked about Navient analytics, so who we are. We help Africans get to the tech space. We helped over 100, Africans transition to date over the last couple of years of operations. Now, today, I know you've already seen Naomi. All right, I'll talk about Esther, okay, and some other persons who have been able to transition into the tech space, how they did it, and more importantly, how you can also follow in that footstep and achieve the same. And then there will be announcements and question and answer at the end of tonight's session. But first, I need to know you are excited to be here. Are we excited to be here? Are we excited to be here? Are we excited? Fantastic. All right. So let us go ahead with the session, because what you're going to be seeing in this session, you likely have not seen it anywhere else. Okay. So, and I want you to get ready to use the chat. It's going to be an interactive session. So use the chat very well. Just to train you on how to use the chat. If I take S away from 6, if I take S from number 6, what is left? How many is left? If I take S from number 6, how many is left? Who can answer that question before we start? It's a teaser question. So who wants to attempt it? If I take S away from 6, how many is left? 9. Fantastic. Muhammad Jamil Mashud. Congratulations, you got the answer. So Adio was very smart about it. IX. Okay, if you translate that to your Roman numeral, that's number 9. Fantastic. So let's go ahead with the session. So let's start with Esther. Now, and I want you to listen to these people's story, because I'll also be mentioning some of their struggles. They say all that glitter is not gold, right? And that is true, because even gold passed through some high pressure, some struggles before it became the gold you are wearing on your necks and on your fingers. All right. So, what were the struggles these people also passed through? So, apart from how glittering it seems, so what were the struggles they passed through? I would also mention a little bit of that. So, let's start. Now, Esther finished from the school of nursing, and then she got a job, right? But she very quickly realized that this is not where she wants to be financially. I mean, she loved the profession, but it was not where she wanted to be financially. She wanted a lot more. Okay, or let me say a little bit more. Now, she came across our page, she joined our program. This was back in February. And fast forward, she landed her very first tech job as a monitoring and evaluation analyst working hybrid with Prower. Now, what did she pass through in terms of struggles? It got to a point, okay, this was before she got her job, of course. Esther felt overwhelmed, and that was where our expert mentorship came into play. So this was where her mentor told her that, look, you don't need to be overwhelmed. It is highly normal. This is a new terrain for you. So it is expected that you should feel overwhelmed. But how you handle it would play a huge role in the kind of results you get. And guess what? She heeded to all of the advice and instruction that she got. And voila, she got her very first step role. This is Naomi. If you joined the session earlier enough, you already heard Naomi's story. But just for the sake of those who are just joining us, Naomi works in a francophone country. She's a Nigerian, by the way. Okay. And very quickly, she started being relegated to the background simply because of the fact that she does not, she's not a French, blood. All right. And she became very disgruntled. She applied to leave. They told her, you know what, you're gonna stay. We're not letting you go. Your contract has not expired. All right. So she was being relegated to the background, and then she decided, you know what, I want to work remotely, and that was how she joined us. Now she joined us. She followed all our instructions. Okay. And if you were here earlier, you heard her mention that it was not easy for her, okay, but she did it. All right, she did it. All right. So once she completed all of the good stuff, followed all our instructions. Fast forward, she got promoted in that same company. So that company saw how active she was on LinkedIn, saw the kind of content she was posting on LinkedIn, and before she came back to tell them that she'll be leaving, they created a new department, asked her to head that department. And when she said she wanted to give it a thought, they told her that, look, you are not going to think about this, take it. And then she said, okay, at least train me to head the department. And they said, you know what, you don't want to train others. We see what you do on LinkedIn. And that was what happened in her own case. I'll tell you a lot, about a lot more people. But let's look at what the opportunities like really. Now, as of right now, as we are speaking, there are about 35,000 job openings on LinkedIn across data-related tech jobs. Okay, but how do you get just one of these to yourself? And when I say there are 35,000, it is not what I think, it is what it is. Okay, and we'll look at it on LinkedIn. But meanwhile, if you look at the chat box, there is a link posted by one of my team members. So if you want to get access to my slides and the recording of this session, fill that attendance and you'll get it via mail. Once it is available. All right, so fill it out while we go on with the session. But meanwhile, let us take a look. Okay, let us take a look at LinkedIn. Okay, let's go to LinkedIn. So this is me going to LinkedIn live with you on this particular session. Okay, now what we would see here on LinkedIn is what are the kind of opportunities you have out there. Okay, what are the kind of opportunities you have out there? So let's allow that to load. Let's allow it to load. So while it's loading, we are going to search for a job here on LinkedIn practically. So apart from the fact that you would eventually see what the opportunities are like, okay, you would learn how to actually search for a job when it is time to search for a job. Okay, so I think it is still loading. So let's give it a little bit of time. But meanwhile, confirm you can actually see my screen and you can see LinkedIn loading. So I know we are on the same page. So I know we're on the same page. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So let's give it a little bit of time and then we continue. All right. So we're gonna see the the opportunities live. All right. So let me do a little bit of switching here. Um, so let's see if I can have a much faster network. But meanwhile, confirm you can hear me, guys. Confirm you can hear me. Can we hear me? Can we hear me, guys? Can we hear me? Brilliant. Okay, so it should load now. It should be able to load now. Okay, one moment. It should be able to load now. One moment. Okay, brilliant. You can hear me. It should be able to load now. Okay, so one moment. Fantastic. So it's loading. Okay, it's loading now. Fantastic. So here is my own profile. Okay, so if you want to connect with me, once you see this profile, please do connect with me. In fact, let me just share my profile link with you so that you can just hit a comment. I mean, hit connect. And if you're already on LinkedIn, let's connect. Okay. Now, but that's not what I want to show you. What I want to show you is how to look for a job. So in the search bar here, okay, you can type data analyst, okay, and whenever you want to search for a job, it is not limited to data analyst alone, but that's a topic for another day. Well, for today, let's search for data analyst. So I'll type data analyst, hit the enter button. Right, I hit the enter button. Let me enlarge my screen a little bit. Okay, so that's data analyst there. Hit enter, and I want to click on jobs. Okay, I click on jobs. Now, after clicking on jobs, you want to ensure that your location is not Lagos, it is not Kaduna, it is not Maiduguri, it is not um, uh, what's the name of that place again? Gwagwalada, okay, Kotongarfi. All right, we'll say don't put that as your location, okay? People I'm talking about, you know yourselves. Don't put Ikeja. You want to put EMEA. All right, EMEA. EMEA covers Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Okay, so that opens you up to jobs across US, across Europe, and the likes. Okay, including Africa as well. Now, but what did I come here to show you, really? Who can tell me what you can see here? I search for data analyst job across EMEA. How many job vacancies are you seeing here? How many? What's this number? 14,200. This is just data analyst alone. You still have marketing analyst. You still have business analyst. You still have, different organizations call it different things. You have HR analysts. There are so many of them. Now, this is just data analyst alone. 14,000 already. So because of the abundance of the roles, okay, it creates an unmatched opportunity, especially if you're an African looking to work remotely for companies abroad, right? But the key thing is you still don't have a tech job, even with such an abundance. And that is because the abundance alone does not get you the results. You yourself, you need to be skilled, and you need to be properly skilled for that matter. Okay, you need to be properly skilled for that matter. And you probably lack 4 things right now that is stopping you from getting real results. Okay, now let's go into some of these things. Right now, the first thing you are lacking is the very fundamental one, and that is Excel. Now, how many of you know how to use Excel? You see a lot of people with thumbs up. How many of you know how to use Excel? Okay, fantastic. And I want you to remember your answer. this day. Remember your answer, because I'll still ask you this question later on in the session. Okay, and let's see if your answer changes. Right. So you know how to use Excel. Brilliant. What you need is pro level Excel skills. You need to be a pro in using Excel for data analytics to be able to get a job. So let me even give you that one. You have it. You say you have it, right? Fantastic. Now, another thing you need is a project portfolio. Recruiters don't care if you say you know how to do this, you know how to do that. They want to see a portfolio of projects that you worked on. That is what drags or attracts the attention of recruiters. Okay. Now, the third thing is you need brand visibility. You are like Nike. You need to constantly advertise. Okay. Of course, you don't need to spend money to advertise, right? What you need is to put yourself out there. All right. You put yourself out there and you are seen. Okay. You post your work on LinkedIn. Talk about the career path you're trying to get into. And last but not the least, you need guidance, you need mentorship. Um, every successful person that you see out there today got mentored by someone who had already walked that path that they are seeking to tread. Are you with me, guys? So if you have these four things, you are good to go. If you already have it, you don't even need to be in this session. Just go and get your results. Okay? But if you lack one of these things that I've mentioned, then stick with me till the end of this session. Okay? Again, if you've not filled out the form, the attendance form, this is another opportunity. This is me reminding you. Click on the link in the chat box, fill out the form so that you can get my slides. So you don't need to write anything you can see on my screen. You just sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right? Fill the form. Type done in the chat if you have filled it already while we go ahead with the session. Type it done in the chat if you already filled it, okay, or after you filled it, and then let us know about that. Now, let's move ahead. What next? So okay, I lack four things. What next? So allow me to walk you through the process of how you get a job after you hit the apply button. So I want you to also assess yourself. Okay. Somebody you have to say you have Excel skill. Manasseh, fantastic. Don't worry, I'll still ask you. Okay, just calm down. I'll ask you that same question again, and let's see whether your answer changes. All right. So let me walk you through on how getting a job actually works. Okay, behind the scenes, what really happens at the back. Now, whenever you want to apply for a job, okay, the very first thing you do, of course, you see the job, you want to apply to the job, you get your CV. Some people pay people 100,000 naira to structure their CV for them, and then that CV is the only CV they use to apply. Now you hit the apply button. All right, you hit the apply button. Once you hit the apply button, your CV does not actually go directly to the recruiter. It does not go to a human being. It first goes to a robot called ATS. A robot called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. Applicant Tracking System. Now, the applicant tracking system is a robot that knows, it was trained to know the job description. So when you apply to the job, it looks at your CV, compares it to the job description, and scores your CV on a scale of 1 to 100 based on how much it matches the CV. Now, depending on your score, okay, let me be direct with you. Anything below 90%, so anything below 90 over 100 as your score, it sends you an automated, listen to me, an automated rejection email. So I want you to wave your hands to me or just give me a thumbs up. How many of you apply to jobs and you get rejection emails? So you apply to jobs, you get rejection emails. Rejection email is like a normal thing now. It's it's you are a celeb, getting rejection emails. Fantastic. Now it is because the ATS is the one sending the rejection emails to you. All right, well crafted out. The recruiter don't even know that you applied to the job. They themselves will not know that you applied. All right, so CVs that score 90 and above, okay, then, and this is more than 95% of CVs get rejected, right? The ones that don't get rejected go to the human HR. So that's the HR that is actually a human being. And then they get to read your CV, go through your LinkedIn, go through your portfolio and what you've done, and they decide, okay, let's interview this person. Are you with me? Are you following, guys? Let us interview this professional. Now, once they interview you, of course, they interview quite a number of people, and then they decide, okay, who should we go with? Okay, and that's the process of weeding out, from more than 1,000 applications to selecting one or two persons for the job. Okay, that's what happens. So, if you want to if you want to um if you want to get if you want to get past the ATS, you need to have built an ATS for yourself at first. Okay, you build an ATS using ChatGPT, so that whenever you want to apply to a job, you first fine-tune your CV. That's the first thing you do. You fine-tune your CV to that job, and then you use ATS to test it. If the score is below 90, you fine-tune again until it is 90 and above, and then you can use that to apply. Else, you are just wasting your time applying to jobs. Are you with me, guys? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Because most people fall in this bracket right here. This bracket right here. This is where most people fall under. All right. So moving on. Now, why data itself? I mean, I came here talking about data, jobs. Why exactly? First, I've given you some reasons already, but first is it's easy to learn. Okay, it's easy to learn. All right, and when I say easy to learn, okay, I do not mean that, oh, you're just gonna sit down, on your bed, or you lie down on your bed, or you can go on you can be on a vacation on the beach, and you just bring out your phone and learn how to use Excel. No, that's not what I mean. You're gonna have to show up, okay, for a certain period of time, okay, learn this, and for anybody, regardless of your previous background or your experience, all right, you can actually jump on this and learn it. Whether you have a degree or not, you're a fresh graduate, you are 17 years old, you are 45 years old, you are 50 years old, you're approaching retirement. This is a very great skill to learn as of right now. Number two, I have already told you, it is easy to transition, but I didn't say it like this. But the reason it is easy to transition is because there is abundance in the market. Okay, the roles are out there, there are plenty, and that makes it easy for you to transition because the jobs are out there. You just need to do the right thing. And last but not the least, fantastic salary projections. Okay, except you have a quarrel with money. Maybe you're quarreling with money. Then okay, you can disregard this last reason, right? But if one of your goals is to be in a better place financially, you're welcome to this path. Now, what we did at Naviant Analytics is to craft out a 4 weeks intensive training where you get everything, everything from pro data skills to mentorship. Okay, from getting high level data skills to top tier mentorship. Okay, and in the first week, you get to build this dashboard. Now, if I told you that this dashboard that you are seeing on your front was built in Excel, would you believe me? Would you believe me if I told you that this is Microsoft Excel? Would you believe me? Please feel free to disagree. If you don't believe, type I don't believe. Type I don't believe in the chat, and I'll prove it to you. I'll open it in Excel. I'll open this in Excel and show it to you. So when I was asking you, okay, but Amosi says I don't believe, build a dashboard in 4 weeks. Okay, this is the first week. All right, so Isaac, calm down. Okay, so if you don't believe, okay, let me show you. All right, let me show you. I want to show you. So this is Microsoft Excel. Okay, this is the sheet. So how many of you are familiar with this interface? How many of you are familiar with this interface? This is the first sheet. This is the raw data set. Okay, and then it was transformed to an Excel table. I know most people here don't even know what an Excel table is, but you say you know how to use Excel. Okay, and then you build pivot tables, not your mundane pivot table. This is professional, well-structured pivot tables. And from these pivot tables, you build pivot charts that you put together in this dashboard in Microsoft Excel. Guys, this is your normal the same Excel that you said you know. So let me ask you the question again. Do you know how to use Excel? Do you really know how to use Excel? So answer the question now in the chat while I continue. And this is not the only one. Let me show you another one. Okay, let me show you another Excel dashboard. All right, this is another Excel dashboard. Now, if I were to screenshot this and send it to you, you will likely say, "Oh, this is Tableau." Okay, because I mean, how can you ever build something like this in Excel? Okay, so this is the raw data set. Okay, you can see the Excel interface, and then this is the dashboard sheet where that data set was turned into this particular dashboard. Okay, you can see. This is the chart. Okay, let me click on the chart so you can see this is not an image. This is Microsoft. This same Excel that you said you know how to use. So if you want to get a job, it's not a walk in the park. Okay, you don't just say you know how to use Excel. Have you built something like this before? Okay, so these are the kind of projects you need to work on. Okay, these are the kind of projects you need to work on. So in week one, you build this dashboard. It's a sales dashboard, interactive sales dashboard. It's an end-to-end project so that you can have this project to your own disposal as well. All right, and then in the second week, you would work on the second dashboard, the one I showed you. It's a HR attrition report. So you want to know why people are leaving your organization, right? As a human resource. So as a HR analyst or data analyst or people analyst, they call it different roles. So you need to be able to build something like this for your organization. All right, this is in the second week. In the third week, you gain access to AI powered CV and portfolio creation. All right, so let me show you what a portfolio looks like. Okay, let me quickly show you what a portfolio looks like. So once you've created those beautiful projects that I just showed you, I beg your pardon, once you've created those beautiful projects that I just showed you, all right, you need to put them in a website, your own personal website. Are you with me? Your personal website. So let me show you my personal website. Okay. Let me show you my personal website. No, not site. Yes, this. So this is my own personal website, and I built this from scratch without writing one line of code. And what do I have on this website? I have my portfolio of projects, a little bit about me. So a recruiter can, if I have this link on my CV, for example, a recruiter can click on it, also visit this page, view my project, or simply come to my portfolio page here. This button takes me to the same page, to the portfolio page, and they can look at some of the brilliant work that I have done. Are you with me, guys? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? So if you do not have these things, okay, this is not WordPress, okay? It is not WordPress, okay? This is Google site, all right? This is Google site, okay? You will not write one line of code. And please fill out the attendance form once again if you are just joining us. Fill out the attendance form so you can get access to the recording of the session and my slides. So you need something like this. You also need a place where people can easily contact you, okay, via phone or email. So, and you need an AI powered CV. I talked about it when I was explaining the process of getting a job, from applying to the job, passing through the ATS, getting an interview, acing the interview, and getting the job. So, for you to even pass through the ATS is the first hurdle. Okay. And for most people who pass through the ATS, they get an interview because only few people pass through the ATS. Okay, that's why it's like that. So the real struggle is passing the ATS. All right. And you need to build an ATS yourself in ChatGPT. Use that for every job, okay, to optimize your CV for that particular job. So if I use a CV to apply to a job, I cannot use that same CV to apply to another job because I may score low in that other job because that CV is not well suited to it. All right, even if the CV carries data analyst anyways. And in the fourth week, you'd go through LinkedIn optimization and mentorship. So LinkedIn optimization allows you to get seen. All right, I showed you guys my LinkedIn page earlier. Okay, you need to be able to optimize your LinkedIn in a way that you clearly tell the professional public who you are, okay, what you do, what you stand for, what's your value proposition, and that way people are not confused as to who you are online. Okay, people are not confused as to who you are online. So you need to optimize your LinkedIn profile, a professional headshot, a backdrop that to follow, and you must actively engage. Okay, you post, you contribute to the knowledge base, so that people know who you are. Okay, so now you get the LinkedIn optimization. You also get mentorship from global tech professionals, so that you can get those tips and tricks that land you the job eventually. Now, as a bonus, you get to work, you get a 1 month access to 200 plus projects via one of our partner platforms. Okay, so on that platform, you have access to projects, Excel project, data analytics project. And let me give you a sneak peek of what it looks like. So you get to work on projects like data driven excellence in order fulfillment, refined production planning, route optimization for food delivery, talent retention. You work on these fantastic projects. All right, you work on projects that look like that. Okay, and let me tell you more about a little bit more about people who have gotten results after joining our program. So this is Ugochi, and I love to talk about Ugochi because Ugochi's let me tell you Ugochi's story. So now Ugochi was out of job for a while. She was out of the professional space for a while because she was becoming a mom. Okay, so once she wanted to get back, she thought, you know what? I don't want to start over again. I want something that gives me a competitive advantage. I want to start competing with the best, even if I'm sort of like restarting. So she decided that she wanted to get into tech. She chose Nigerian Analytics. This was back in February. And then fast forward in June 2025, 1 month after her training program ended, she got a role as a business analyst at Marriott Consulting. Spoiler alert, she is now teaching people as well. Okay, now Mary saw us on Instagram. She had been looking for a platform to get access to remote work. Okay, and then she decided, you know what, I'm going to join Legat Analytics. And she got an internship towards the end of her training program. And now she got a paid 6 months internship with a long-term contract to follow based on performance. And she came back to us and she said that I think it is the CV you guys gave that made the difference. Okay, so we have this sample CV we give to participants once they join. So now this is Oluwaseun. Oluwaseun used to work in a very small microfinance bank as a risk officer. So I was out on one of my uh, uh, physical. It was an event somewhere in Lekki. So, I was connecting with people, and then I stumbled upon Oluwaseun. He came asking me some questions, and he joined our program. Okay, and since then he's gotten several contracts. Currently works with your innovations plug, and this is since March 2025. You also have Udwak Grace, you have Lebura Olawale, you have Helen Okan, and these are fantastic professionals now that pass through our training program. Now, there's something I want to point out. Grace works as an application support engineer after passing through our program. Okay, and the tool she learned after passing through the program is what she currently uses in that job. Okay, so this is Lebura Olawale as well, posted our Excel dashboard, after the first 3 weeks of training, and a DM came in on LinkedIn from a potential recruiter. I love to talk about Helen Okai because I was the one who prepared her recommendation letter. So in case you need a recommendation, whether during or after the training program, can always come to us. Now, this is a 1 month journey. So if you have 1 month to spare, okay, your classes would mainly be on Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And for the 2 Excel dashboards you'll be building, you get some preparatory videos that you can always also fall back on so that you get prepared ahead of class. Okay, so it's not you just jumping into class and everything is looking all new to you. You get some preparatory videos, ahead of your Saturday classes. All right. So you also make use of 2 platforms. You make use of a Google Classroom and our bespoke learning management system here at Nigerian Analytics. All right. So the Google Classroom gives you a lifetime access to all your training materials. So you're making use of data sets, PDFs, videos, all of those things, your class recordings rather. So as you're attending the class, we'll record the class so that if you need to go back to the class to see what happened, you get access to that. And then you have our learning platform where your preparatory videos will be hosted. Okay, I've also put in the full brochure here. All right, so you can get to see it when you get my slides, and some other projects that you can possibly work on even after the program. So these are some of our students and their portfolios, so that you can look at their portfolio and see what they have been able to build. Now we have like 15 minutes left in this session. I've been speaking to everybody before now, but right now I want to speak with those people who are actually ready to take that bold step to join our next class starting on the 9th of August. Okay, starting on the 9th of August. So our next program is starting on the 9th of August in about 1 week from now. You can actually start. And in the next 1 month, you get properly skilled to get the kind of jobs that you deserve. Now, for you to get into the program, okay, it is very simple. The total fee for the program, okay, the total fee for the program is 80,000 naira. 80,000 naira only. Now, because you are in this session right now, because you are here right now, I will give you a one-time 50% discount. You would no longer pay 80,000 naira, you would pay 40,000 naira. Okay? 40,000 naira, 50% discount. You won't see this anywhere else. All right. So this is just for people who want to, take part in this. Okay. We want to work with serious set of people who we can get results for. All right. So if you know you are that person, you want to get skilled, you want to build. Somebody in the chat said you should pay for 2 people. Simon. So I'll allow you to sort yourselves out. All right. So what you what you want to do, I mean, it's just 40,000 naira. Okay, come on. All right, come on. So secure your spots tonight with a direct bank transfer. Okay, 300-264-8016. Send us a proof of that payment. Okay, send us a proof of the payments. You're sending it to me. All right, 0703-215-8619. That's my phone line. Send it immediately after securing it so that I walk you through the next step of enrollment. We are 60 persons on this call, and I'm sure all 60 can afford 40K. So if you are not fast enough, you won't be one of the 10 people who will get to benefit from this discount. The discount is just for tonight. So the first 10 people to secure their spots get this, and this is just for tonight. So who exactly am I working with? All right, who am I working with? I want to know. So while you're deciding, okay, whether you be part of the first 10 people, I'll take question. All right. I'll take question. Please don't put in your please guys, let's be guided. You're paying to the account number you can see on my screen. Disregard any OP account you see in the chat. Okay. So please look at the account details on my screen and do the needful. So send me a DM immediately after, okay, and let me walk you through on how to get into the class. The next steps you need so that you can get ready for the class. So questions, please. You can type it in the chat. Okay, you can type it in the chat. All right. Or you can raise your hand. I'll answer questions. So let me take some questions in the chat. Simon said, I'm ready. So go ahead, send me a DM once you have the proof of. And please do not phone call, WhatsApp only, please. WhatsApp only. All right, WhatsApp only. Thank you very much. It's somebody says, who is that? Judith says it's really interesting, but I just lost my job, so I'm not currently buoyant. All right, that's understandable. Okay, about Judith, this is something that can give you a job that nobody can take away from you. Okay, this is a skill. You use it to get a job, and whatever happens, a skill is a skill. Okay, you practice, you don't lose your skill except if you stop practicing, right? You get a job, you can work on multiple jobs, you can decide which job you want to take. This is a high in demand skill. All right, so what's going to be your excuse, Judith? That you lost your job and you're not currently buoyant? Is that going to be your excuse for missing out on a 50% discount on an 80K program? 80,000. Okay, Judith, we know how much you paid for your school fees. All right, so let's think about that, Judith. Okay, and let me know what you've decided. Okay, now DMs are already coming in. Okay, I'm already getting DMs. So if you are one of the persons who have sent me a DM, congratulations. Let me see the next person. Shola says, please, someone should sponsor me. I really want to learn. Shola, if you really want to learn, okay, join our program. Okay, this is a 50% discount on an already. See, if this was 80K, let's be honest, for the kind of value you'll be getting, won't you already consider it cheap? Now, I slashed it to 40 piece to 50 to by 50% to 40K, meaning if you said, oh, if you consider the 80K to even be cheap in the first place, register yourself and your spouse, or register 2 of your kids. They're currently on holiday. This is something they can jump on and learn, and you'll be wowed what your kids can do. All right, register your kids in the university, register your kids that are in secondary school. These are skills they can learn. It's not just for professionals like yourself who are skilled, who already have some job that you are doing, or you're fresh out of school. It is for everyone. Okay, so send the DM to me immediately after you've made your transfer with the proof of payment, right? So that I walk you through the next step. So let me see if there are any other questions in the chat. Osagie Elvis. Is the training both physical and virtual? It is 100% virtual. Okay. Would there be a certificate at the end of the training? Capital letter, yes. But why didn't I mention that? I deliberately did not mention it because I know Nigerians are after certificates. Okay. You people are after certificates, and that is very normal. But guess what? All right. The reality is that recruiters don't care about whether you have a specific certificate or not. What they care about are the things that you're going to be building here, your portfolio, how you look online, and the likes like that. If you come with a Power BI or a Microsoft certificate, recruiters will still ask you, can you tell us a time where you used Excel to solve a problem? And if you cannot confidently speak about it, you are a goner. All right. So Nana Firdausi is saying, I'm just a student. Someone should sponsor me. If you're a student, how are you paying your school fees, Firdausi? How you pay your school fees? So that same way you're paying your school fees, now is the time to consider something that can even be long lasting. I mean, most of us go to school for 4 years only to do a job you don't care about. Now, this is something that is going to be long lasting for Dalsy. So what other excuse are you gonna bring on? Can you run another set next month? Blessing, this is a 40K program. All right. Easily 1,000 people can register for this. So the question you should be asking yourself now, Blessing, is do I want to be part of these people? The class is starting August 9th. Okay. Secure your spot. Let's see, is there another question? Please run me through how the class will work. Okay, so you probably joined in late, Dami Lola. Give me a second, I'll run you through now. This is a very interesting opportunity, sir. What if I can afford the set amount today? What if I can also send it another day? So what is another day, Salama? What is another day? Okay, what exactly? Another day is vague. So is it that you have a plan already? Do you work? Are you waiting for month end? Because we're already at the end of the month. All right. So saying that you want to hustle before the start, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, Salama. What you want to do now is find a way. Okay, if really you can get it, before the start date, then get it tonight, and then settle yourself for before the start date. Okay, so except if you don't want this, okay, and that's perfectly fine. Akorede says, I would love to join, but I don't have a PC. So look, Akorede, have you heard of the story of Okocha? What's that his name? JJ Okocha. Do you remember JJ Okocha? No, was it JJ Okocha or Nwankwo Kanu? I think it was Nwankwo Kanu. Okay, do you remember that picnic advertisement back in the days? Who else? Who else? Maybe some of our Gen Zs may not be able to remember. Okay, so that picnic advertisement. Do you remember what they said? He had no. He did he even go to school? Okay, talk less of having shoes. But is that an excuse not to succeed? I mean, it's easy for such a person to fail already. Okay, so you can come and say, "Oh, I don't have a PC, I don't have this." So what you need to do now, okay, according is, yes, you don't have a personal computer to yourself, but do you have access to one? Do you have a close friend, a close relative? Can you really need them to pull through for you now? And what you need is access to a PC. Do you have anybody like that? If the answer is yes, join our program. Let's get you started. All classes will be virtual and recorded. So here's the thing. You will attend live classes just as you are on this call. Okay. For reference purposes, so that you can always go back to the class and refer back to it. We record it as you are attending and then give it to you on a lifetime basis. So even after the program ends, you still can access your class recording. Okay. Um, so I hope that answers the question. Abari is saying, so all these people asking me question. Are you just asking me question, or you are part of the people that are sending me a DM? What's the situation? Are you the one sending me DM, or you're just asking me questions? Okay, because all I need is 10 people. Okay, and I've received how many DMs now? 3 plus 6 plus nearly 10 DM. So I would assume all of those slots have been taken. So I don't know. Abari is saying, does the organization have a scholarship package for those who can't afford this for now? So I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand. It is 80,000 there. All right, 50%. See, we Nigerians were very funny. All right, a white man will come and tell you, oh, you can get a master's. Okay, you can get a master's, a master's scholarship to study in the US. And when you read terms, you see 50% scholarship. Now, that's 50%. You're still going to pay another 12,000 US dollars, at least 12,000 US dollars. A Nigerian who is in quote hustling will still get that scholarship. Okay, for crying out loud, this is 80K. Okay, it sounds ridiculous in my mouth. All right, saying 80K, still slashed it to 40,000. Okay, maybe we should take off the let's take out the discount. All right, and let's put it at 80K. So we can say it's expensive. So we're trying to say it's expensive, right? So let's take out the discount. Okay, so that we know that okay, 80K is expensive. Okay, and then from there we can start to discuss. So I think we are trying to solve the wrong problem about it, if you ask me. All right. So what's the problem really? What's the problem you have that you can't register right now? So I mean, let's not solve the wrong problem, right? Don't look for a scholarship. Look, if you're looking for, you just want to upskill. Okay, you just want to upskill. You don't need a tech job. Okay, there are free resources on YouTube. Okay, there are free resources on YouTube that you can use. But you want top tier guidance and mentorship, you want real world problems, you want to work with a professional, you can ask questions during class. This is where you come. Okay, so the decision is yours, Abari. I'll go to the next person. Please, your contact again 07032158619. It's right there on the screen. Okay, WhatsApp only, please. Please keep the warning repeated, especially for the dropping other accounts. Yes, please. Our account number is right on my screen, so please, nobody should post any other banking details. We do not condone fraud here, please. Okay, so our account number is 300-264-8016 Kuda, and please disclaim any other kind of account number. Okay, our email. Okay, so if you want to mail me, all right, you can mail me at muhammad.nab@nabians.com. Okay, let me just type it in the chat. Muhammad@nabians.com, or you can mail us at enquiries@nabians.com. Enquiries@nabians.com. Okay, or you can mail us at program relations. You ask for just one email, I'm giving you 3. Okay, so for that, I am taking out the discount from your own payment. Who asked that question? Who asked me for email? Genesis. In fact, you are carrying my name. Okay, you're carrying my last name. So okay, I'm just pulling your legs. All right, but here you go with the email. So if you want me to add, if you want me to suggest, you can mail the last one, program relations at Nebia.com. Emmanuel is asking, please, where can we get job? Emmanuel, when did you join this session? Are you just joining? You most likely are just joining the session. Okay, you just joined now, so obviously you see, I knew exactly that you're just joining because I mean, if you join from the start, you won't be asking me where you get jobs. Okay, you will not be asking me that question. You would actually register now. All right, like others are doing. So, Emmanuel, register, and then I'll catch you up on what you missed. Okay, register now. I'll catch up on what you missed. All right. So, but just to give you, just so that it's not as if you say, "Oh, Mohammed, you are wicked. You didn't answer my question." Emmanuel, let me answer your question. Okay, so this, let me show you where you get jobs. All right, you get jobs on LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is not the only platform. Okay, you have the work remotely, you have Azuna, you have Glassdoor, you have Indeed, you have CV Library, and this is just off the top of my head. Okay, but let me show you LinkedIn. So I came here, I searched for a job. So let me search it again. I hope you can see my screen. So I searched for data analyst. All right, I searched for data analyst. Okay, and then I clicked on jobs. Give it a second. I clicked on jobs and then set my location to EMEA. Okay, so I told people don't put Lagos, don't put Ikeja, don't put Gwagwalada, don't put Wuse. Okay, don't put Abuja, put EMEA because it covers the regions where the opportunities are. Okay, especially remote opportunities. And then I showed people that look, how many jobs do you have here? 14,200 open roles as of right now. 14,200 job vacancies. And yet it's just one you need and you don't have it. So that was what I hope that answers your question, Emmanuel. But guess what? There is a discount ongoing, 50%. Normal price is 80K. If you don't mind, okay, you can take the discount. Okay, if you don't mind, all right, you can take the discount, 50% off right now for those who are securing their spots. I'm only taking 10 people. Okay, before you joined, there were how many? 60 persons on the call, so you may want to consider taking your slots now. All right, let me see. Is there any other? Yes, EMEA. Okay, EMEA. Olajumoye. EMEA. It means Europe, Middle East, and Africa. These are an open there's an open library in Lagos where you can access their 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 pieces freely. But I must see Victor. Thank you for that. Okay, but guys, you want to verify any information shared before you take action. Okay. Yeah, so make a payment, send me a DM, and we go ahead from there. Okay, make a payment, send me a DM, and we go ahead. Uh, all right, so what's the time now? 9:05. I didn't want to stay here till 9:05. Okay, so I mean, for those who really want this, you already know what your decision is. Okay, so Emmanuel is saying, please, will there be another presentation tomorrow? Maybe, okay, maybe, but for tonight, this is discount. I can't guarantee for tomorrow. I can't guarantee that this discount will be here tomorrow. Okay, what I can guarantee you now is that you get it now. Okay, so what harm? What harm will it do you if you get it today and you get it today and you know, yeah, it shouldn't do you any harm. Okay, at least it's available right now. You can see it in front of you. Take it. It's the promo for tonight only or last 24 hours. Um, I Isaiah Global. I hope I pronounced the name well. So this promo is a one of a kind. Okay, it's one of a kind. Oh, Mana said, don't worry, I'll go back to your question. I missed it probably. So it's one of a kind. So it's not something that would be open for long. Okay, so take action now. All right, take action now. Okay, take action, please. All right, you're already here. You want this? Just take action. Okay. Who else? Manasseh, let me see. How did I miss your question? How? Tell me how I missed it. How did I miss it? Please, can you copy and paste it again? Please do me that favor. Can you copy and paste it again? It's, I think, okay, I see question. Oh, you even have a question too. Okay, I've seen your question too. Are clients not requiring from us other tools outside Excel for data analysis? Let me show you a platform. Okay, can I show you on this laptop? Let me see if I have that profile on my laptop. Do I have it? Do I have it here? Let's see. Is this it? Oh, this is not it. Okay. So I wanted to show you my Upwork account. I don't have it on this particular laptop. Now, on Upwork alone, the amount of cash you can make with just Excel, only Microsoft Excel, is endless. All right. So I got my first job on Upwork. It was Excel. And there are several jobs that will require that you use just Excel. And let me open you up to a reality in the job market. You could see a job posting, right? And they'll say, oh, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, this and that and this. Guess what? The recruiter needs you to only know Excel on the job. They would use only Excel. I've seen tons of jobs like that before. Okay, so rather than worry about that, get yourself skilled. Okay, get yourself skilled in this, and get your results. Okay, guys, what's the time? 9:08. So I believe there is no other question I have not answered, if I'm correct. There is no other question. Yusuf says, what's up next? What's the next? So if you've sent me a DM, don't worry. This is me. I'm still in this session. My phone is not in my hand. Okay. This is my phone, but yeah, don't worry. I'll respond to you once I'm done. Okay. In your DM, I have a lot of geospatial data to be cleaned. I hope this course would help. So are you already working as a data analyst, Yusuf? And guess what? You don't need to worry about anything. Okay. Apart from what you learn, you also have access to the what's it called? You have access to the facilitators that will be taking you. If you are lucky, okay, and this is just be saying, we'll have fantastic facilitators. I'll also be taking one of the classes. So you get assigned to me, we work together, and I get to look at what issue you're having with your geospatial data. Okay, one thing I love is geospatial data, and even in Excel, you can still analyze geospatial data. So let me show you this. This is a spatial visual in Microsoft Excel. So guys, don't play here. Okay, register 40,000 naira only, and send me a DM. So guys, this is where I'll be drawing the curtain. If you're still here right now, I really appreciate you. I would hope to see you in class, come August 9th. Let's, do this together. Cheers, guys, and see you next time. Please, nobody should call. Send me a DM, send me a WhatsApp DM. Except if you want me to have a nightmare, okay? Don't call me. Send me a WhatsApp DM. Cheers, guys. Have a wonderful night.